FlowChat Connector, Sean back at you here, and today we're going to talk about 6 steps to great time management in sales because most sales professionals waste too much time during the day. So this video is truly going to help you out. Stay tuned. What's up, FlowChat Connector? Back at you here with another FlowChat sales training high ticket tune-up. I hope you're doing well today. It is Thursday. Thursday is always the best day to win new business, prospect hard. Statistically, a fact that you will close more deals on Thursday than any other day of the week. So make sure and smash that like button and share this out to all the other people that may need this. We need to feed the algorithm gods, and definitely subscribe to the channel. Today we had an awesome question that actually came in from Howard. Howard said this. He said, Sean, what's the best way to become hyper efficient as a sales pro? And I thought about this one for quite a long time, and I got to a place where I was like, well, I know that there's all kinds of experts that talk about time management and efficiencies, and I actually referenced Chet Holmes. If you know who Chet Holmes is, he wrote The Ultimate Sales Machine, and then his daughter Amanda Holmes, actually, she's one of the members of our FlowChat community, which I'm grateful for. But so as I was looking through some of the resources I had, I found about 6 things that have really truly impacted my world, and I wanted to share those with you because I think these are things that everybody can use. So here's 6 steps to great time management in sales. Let's dive in, shall we? Okay, here we go. Step number 1, first and foremost, touch it once. This is so powerful. Think about this for a second. You're in your office. You just come in for the morning, right? And you sit down to your desk, and all of a sudden you look down and you have like 50 million things going on. You open your inbox, you've got like 20 emails in there. You don't know what's going on, which ones to touch. And you open one of those things and you realize very quickly that it's going to take much longer than a quick, simple 1 to 5 minutes to actually figure this thing out. And so then you go and you take another phone call, and then you go on with your day, and then you go back to your email inbox and you forgot that you didn't even respond to this email, yet you'd have it as marked as read. And so then you're like, oh man, what happened? And so what we teach is inside of our internal community, and in fact, even within our FlowChat family, is touch it once. Look at the title, right? Be very, very particular, especially for email, because sales pros use email a lot. So on the emails, what we always teach is change the subject line so that it's very relevant to what the thing is. And when you see that subject line, only touch it once. If you know you can't get to it and you're not going to have enough time to do it, don't even open it yet. It's very, very valuable for you to just use the touch it once rule because it allows you to not miss things and let things slip through the cracks. It's never a good thing to do that. So for emails and for other stuff that I use, I only look at touching it once, right? So we have CRMs and lists and other things, but just focusing on touching one thing one time, and really focus on having good focus when you do that, right? Don't be distracted. Like, focus is like any other muscle in your body. When you work on it, you can grow it. And so if you get distracted all the time, start working on, hey, I need to be focused for the next 10 minutes, set a timer, start there if that's what it takes. And this task is going to take me 10 minutes. So I'm going to focus for 10 minutes. If I can't get it done, I'll move on, right? So just touch things one time. Don't try to open it, stop, come back to it, stop, come back to it, because you'll lose your train of thought, and your messaging will actually be compartmentalized or separated because your mind won't be in the same place when you do that. So number 1 to great time management is just touch things one time. Number 2, make lists. Right? If you don't have a list on your desk right now or in your CRM right now, shame on you as a sales pro, right? And I say this because it's so valuable to create a list of things that you need to accomplish. And it becomes very valuable to look at the list maybe the night before or even the first thing in the morning. Like, one of the things I do, we use ClickUp, and ClickUp is a CRM tool internally for our organization that we manage kind of our internal structure. And we all have our own lists of, like the whole leadership crew has one place where it's like Chris's list, Sean's list, Melissa's list, Hannah's list, Ashley's list, Bruno's list. And so everybody can see all the task load that everybody has in one place. It's very, very helpful for you to be able to come to somebody and say, hey, Chris, I need support on this, but I saw your list is ridiculous. You're not going to be able to get to it. What should we do? And then you can make a plan. That's a very good way to manage small team or bigger team but also just to keep yourself focused. As a sales professional, if you know you have to do some things, just write them down, right? And one of the things that really helped me to sleep better as a sales pro was the night before I went to bed, I was like, what am I going to accomplish tomorrow? And I'd start writing down all the things that were really valuable for me. And then I would just go to sleep. And what happened is my mind stopped trying to process the things that I needed to do. And it allowed me to relax my body even more because it was written down with ink on black and white paper. So if you're not making lists, make it a priority to start. Go get a piece of paper right now and start making a list of the stuff that you need to accomplish today that's going to be the most valuable. Step number 3, plan how much time you will allocate to each task. So now that you have a list, we need to kind of understand what's the time capacity that is necessary to complete this task fully, right? And so what I do is I look at my calendar and I say, okay, like sales calls, 45 minutes, follow-up email after sales call, 15 minutes, lunch, 30 minutes. And so I take a minute after I've made my list and I just mentally go through and I say, hey, where's the time? Sometimes I write it down and I say, this is the time that's going to help me. And this is how I stay on track all day long. And I actually stay focused and concentrating on the tasks at hand, right? Step 4, plan the day, right? What are you going to start doing at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4? When do you quit? Is there a break in there? Do you need to go to the gym during the middle of the day? What does your plan for the day look like? I live and die by a calendar. I used to hate calendars until I realized that when I live and die by a calendar, it actually creates more free time in my life. And so from there, I said, look, I'm just going to start putting everything on the calendar, and that's how it works. And it becomes very systematic, and it's no thought process. And so as a sales pro, what I'll do in the morning is I'll look at my calendar and I'll just see, okay, what is my day going to feel like and look like? Is it going to be heavy on sales calls? Is it going to be heavy on admin stuff? Is it going to be, where I need it to be? What do I need to change? Do I need to make adjustments? Am I trying to spend some time with my wife? Like what does today's plan look like? And then execute, right? Step 5, prioritize, right? This is possibly the most important step for great time management out of anything that I've ever seen. If you look at your list, let's say you make lists, right? Like I have a list and you go through that list. If say the list is 10 things long, okay, sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's 30. I recommend not more than about 20 things. And then out of those 20 things, prioritize the top 6. In fact, there's a book that was written called Eat That Frog. And in the book, the concept was a list and then defining the 5 most important things that you had to complete during the day. And then the frog is the most difficult but biggest needle moving activity in your world. So when you look at your list, look through it and say, which one of these things is going to move the needle the most, which is the most important that I can do that one first. And then stay focused on maybe the other 3 to 5 things. So what the Eat the Frog book talks about is saying have a list of 20, but 5 of them must get done no matter what. These are must-dos for today's plan. And when you have the must-dos and you do those first, you're going to get them done probably a little bit earlier than you expect. I always try to say, like, these are the 5 I need to get done. I'm going to work to get them done by 1 p.m. or 12 p.m. or whatever time. And when you get done with them, man, you feel so good and light. There's no pressure on you to like, oh, I didn't do it. Because what most people do is they'll have a list and they'll start knocking off the easy tasks really first. You're probably guilty. I'm guilty of it too. I can tell you that right now. Like I've been there where I have my list and I was like, oh, I can make a post real quick over there, or I can drop a testimonial on our page that's not going to take very long. And I'm avoiding doing the things that's going to knock the needle down to actually get more deals across the line. So prioritizing is so valuable. One thing I will put in here, if you are a sales pro and you are doing the active work, whatever your calendar looks like, 2.5 hours of prospecting is critical. If you start doing 2.5 hours of prospecting, meaning the first hour, maybe we're looking and curating a list of potential prospects. The next hour is let's start reaching out to those people or messaging those people or doing whatever we're doing, like follow up with those people with new opportunities, right? This 2.5 hours is strictly for new opportunity, not for existing, right? And when you focus on something like that as a sales pro, you're going to win every single time because prospecting is the lifeblood of any sales professional. So if you're not doing it, you're probably not living living your fullest life right now. So just going to share with you, make priorities important, choose the 5 most important to get those done no matter what, the non-negotiable, and then eat the frog, the hardest one, do it first. When you start acting in that way, here's what happens. You are doing hard things. When you do hard things, everything else becomes easy, right? All these other people will come to you with their problems and issues and challenges and other things. Well, you can just say, oh, that's not hard to do, right? God just did something that was way harder than that a minute ago, right? And then people are like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. I feel like we can do this. It creates a totally different energy in the space. And so just focus on prioritizing. It's very valuable. Last but not least, check this out. You're gonna love this one. Will it hurt to throw this away? This is a question that I started asking myself some time ago. And how many files do you have on your computer that you never open anymore? And you probably haven't opened in at least a year, 2 years, 3 years, right? I have files on my computer from 6, 7, 8 years ago when I first started online that I will never touch. Yet I kept them stored because I just didn't throw them away. So the one question I started asking myself is this: will it hurt to throw this away? Maybe, maybe not, right? So think through that. And most people are almost, I'd say, like hoarder style pack rat when it comes to files on their computer. They want to just save everything and then they go put it in storage, and now you're paying money for things you're never going to access again. Not necessary. Ask this question: will it hurt to throw away? If it's not going to hurt you to throw it away, throw it away. Get rid of it. Out of sight, out of mind. That's what I say. And when it's off the thing, if you ever need it again, you can always recreate it because you had it one time before. But the best part is it's going to be way easier when it comes to looking through your files in your computer to make sure that everything is associated easily and you can access it quickly and you're not bogging down memory or speed in your computer processing or anything like that. And that will help tremendously to stay organized. And those are the 6 steps, right? And so again, I think it's very valuable to go through these 6 steps to great time management in sales. And when you do, you're going to start to see a tremendous amount of benefit coming into your world. And that's all I have for you today. It's very simple, just 6 quick steps that, can bring a great amount of time management back into your life. With that said, you've just been tuned up on another FlowChat sales training episode. So excited that you're here. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I can't wait to see you next time. Take care. Have a great weekend. Close deals.